Hey there, Heather Ho, there's Jeff Cardone. Welcome you to the third grouping of the boxing tournament to qualify for the round of 32. A big day ahead. Group A saw Carlos Monzon be the champion. Group B was Gene TOurney, so they will be top 4 seeds no matter what. So this is Group C. Here are the matchups. Luis Manuel Rodriguez of Cuba taking on the German Gustav Schultz. That's Prince Nassim Hamed of England taking on Larry Holmes. Benny Briscoe taking on Melino Batista. Edward Joffre against Dave Sands. Young Griffith versus Sumbo Calabe. John L. Sullivan versus Jim Mace. Tommy Ryan versus Jimmy Carruthers. James Jeffries versus Ellsworth Webb. Marvin Johnson versus Bob Foster. George Carpentier versus Jack Sharkey. Jack Dempsey of Ireland against Cuban Black Bill. Jersey Joe Wolcott versus Freddie Welsh. Freddie Little versus Paulie Ayala. Barney Ross versus Tommy West. Harris Martin versus Ayo Kailue. And Yoko Gushikin versus Frankie Schnell. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 16 foreigners and 16 Americans. So the chances of an American winning. Well, let's see. Let's see the forces. Well, every little 4-man group has an American, so we could see 8 Americans. It's possible. So anyway, so the first round matches kind of do matter, but the second round matters the most because those 8 matchups are the matchups that will determine who will go to the final tournament of 32 to join a lot of other people. The fighters who are in the final group of 32 are as follows right now. It's Carlos Monzon, Roberto Duran, Muhammad Ali, Joe Gans, Sergio Palma, Henry Armstrong, Salvador Sanchez, Joey Maxim, Willie Pep, Pernell Whitaker, Bob Montgomery, Gene Tunney, Abe Patel, Tony Shuko, Sugar Ray Robinson, and Tiger Flowers. So we'll see. So okay, here's our first fight. The first fight we'll see Rodriguez and Holmes. So Ellen Rodriguez and Holmes are going to face each other. So the Cuban welterweight against Larry Holmes, the heavyweight. From Oriental Park in Cuba, Joe Humphreys, your announcer. Gelazio Perez Huerta, your referee. Shirley LaBelle and Primero, your judges. Lee McCray, your ringside expert. So these two guys, Luis Manuel Rodriguez, the pride of Cuba, the welterweight, El Feo, on fire. Born 1937, died in 1996, so he was not even 60 when he died. He is 5'8", 157 today, 107, 13-0, welterweight champion, WBC and WBA. In his one tournament a while ago, he beat Antonio Cervantes, Izimatsu Suzuki, Alter Coulter, Maurice Cullen, and Emil Griffith to get in, and he put in a split decision against Gustav Schultz of Germany. So this is the second fight he's had in Cuba. Larry Holmes, 6'6", heavyweight, the Eastern Assassin, 6'3", 228 pounds today. He's a legend. 69-6, WBC and IBF heavyweight champion of the world. He actually started out 0-6 in his fights. Can you believe it? He lost to Julio Cesar Chavez by decision. Then he lost again to Chavez. Then he lost to Jeff Fenech, Aaron Pryor, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Michael Spinks. In his 7th and last fight, because you get 7 fights before you're officially retired, he decisioned Ike Cordy. Good. Then he decided to decision Ray Mercer. Then he puts up TKOs on Michael Moore, Irvin Pacheco, and Graciano Racchiani. He won a decision against Prince Nassim Hamed over in England. So we shall see what happens. Holmes started at 0-6, and now he could actually move on to the final 13 with the win over Rodriguez. It's Cuba America. Scorecards say it's a tight fight. Control. Doesn't look like there's much between these two.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
I mean, scorecards say it's close with Holmes winning 115, 114. Basically, it's 6 runs to 5, I think. That's what they're saying. That's what he's saying. Let's see what Joe Humphrey says. Oh, Darby Shirley, even. 114. Oh, no, we're going to have a majority tie. Manuel Rodriguez had it, but now we have to have a majority draw. Ooh. Now they have to rematch. And, well, Luis Manuel Rodriguez wins by majority decision. I think he kind of had it. Because of the fact that, you know, he was the only one that the judges named in the first place. So Luis Manuel Rodriguez, undefeated. He takes down Larry Holmes and he puts himself into the tournament round of 32 no matter what happens. The welterweight doing his job. Larry Holmes had a lot of jabs, but in the end, wow, I think Holmes got robbed. I just something. All right, so now we got Bettina and Joffre. So Bettina, the light heavyweight against the bantamweight Eder Joffre. So who's going to move on? You guys have Brazil. Brazil, that would be amazing for Brazil to have a boxer. Eder Joffre get to the round 32. From the Canton Civic Center, Jeff Connor, your announcer. Sergey Krupjanich, your referee. Abenza, Wright, and Graham, your judges. Paul Norman, your ringside expert. So these two guys, pretty good marks. 7-1 versus 6-1. Bettina, the light heavyweight, born 1916, died in 1996. He is in Bridgeport, Connecticut. 5'9", 172. Not much of a biography. I don't know why. Anyway, his first attempt at a tournament, he beat David Koi Kung before losing to young Stripling. And then he put a unanimous decision on Anton Christopoulos, a split decision on Ernie Bai, a TKO of Tony Olivia, decision on Wesley Muslin and a decision on Tommy Forte before decisioning Benny Briscoe. On the other side, the Brazilian Edward Jefford, the bantamweight, the Brazilian bombshell from Sao Paulo, 5'4", 123. Legendary career, 72-2-4, featherweight and bantamweight belts around the world. His only blemish was to Muhammad Ali by TKO to qualify for a tournament, but the next tournament he came back. He decisioned Alexis Aguero, TKO'd Koji Wajima, TKO'd Producio Cardona, KO'd Bernardo Masado, and put a decision on Wilfred Benitez, putting him in retirement and putting himself into this 120-man tournament. And he put a split decision on Dave Sands of Australia. So let's see who wins this one. So, scorecards say it's tight, but I think Joffrey might have it. The Brazilian wins. But teammates get him swinging, that's not good. Later on. The team has followed a little bit slower. On to wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
Well, Think that swelling's gonna ruin Bettina's fight? I think so. 118 and 11. I think I can kind of say that it's gonna ruin it. Jeff Connor, tell us. So Bain says scores at 115, 114. Really? That close? Hmm. Crystal Wright, 116, 113. And 116, 113. Who's got it? The winner is Eder Jafra, the pride of Brazil. Big win for Jafra. He's going to the final tournament of 32. What a win for the bantamweight. So Jafra beats Bettina. Well, I think it was well worth it. Next up, we have Griffel and Mace taking on each other. I think there was an upset, but anyway, young Griffel, the featherweight, 6-0 against Jim Mace, the heavyweight. So it's England versus Australia, if I remember right. From Foley's Hall in Australia. Amy Hayes, your announcer. Robert Ferrara, your referee. Ramirez, Jill Contonio, and Fan, your judges. Dave Rodman, your ringside expert. I think is this the first fight we've had between two non-Americans in the second round? I think so. I think I've never had that before. Yeah, never had that before. So young Griffel, 6-0, the featherweight from Australia, 1869 to 1927. So he wasn't even 60 when he died. 5'4", 129. 78, 10, and 44 in real life, world featherweight, and personal history. Decision, Bobby Dobbs. He TKO'd Stanton Abbott. He put a decision on Joe Shanowski. Decision, young Peter Jackson, his fellow Aussie, and then decision Fred Boris to get to this stage, and he put a majority decision on Subu Kavalove of Italia. Meanwhile, Jim Mace, the Brit, the heavyweight, the Gypsy as they call him, from Beeston, 1831 to 1910. So he started his career at 18 and ended at 74. Wow. English middleweight belt, 1990. Personal history. He lost to George Levine in his first tournament, came back to beat Tommy Barnes, Jack Keaton, Paddy Ryan, John Carney, and Professor Charles Hadley to get in, and put a split decision on John L. Sullivan, which is amazing. So because we have two non-Americans, we're going to simulate the fight. And young Griffo won. So young Griffo gives Australia some hope. Great job by him to move on over John Mace. So young Griffo moves on, 7-0. Next fight number 4 is Ryan and Webb. So big win for Ellsworth Webb, the middleweight, 8-4 against the 6-0 welterweight Tommy Ryan. So Battle of America, I think. Have Miracle Gardens US, Jim Fitzgerald, your announcer. Danny Schivoni, your referee. You got Colbian, Mayhers, and Lakeland, your judges. Steve McCarthy, your ringside expert. So we have the Battle of America. Tommy Ryan, 6-0. 3 knockouts, the welterweight, 1870 to 1948. 5'7", 149. 88, 4, and 10, the middleweight and welterweight champion. Into the Boxing Hall of Fame. He beat John Laurie, Tom Henry, Charles Turner, Frank Slavin, and Bob Fitzsimmons. Big win over Fitzsimmons, putting him out of action. To get to this tournament, where he decisioned Jimmy Crevers of Australia. Ellsworth Webb, the middleweight, Spider Webb, as they call him. Why not? He comes from Chicago by way of Tulsa, 5'9", 147 today. 34-6, part of the 52 Olympic boxing team for the U.S. Decent resume. He lost to Johnny Braden, second tournament. He gets Johnny Summerlin before beating Johnny Gonzalez. So he had to face Johnny's, but lost to Billy Graham. Put him a split decision on Joe Shaw before losing to Tanny Campbell. So he was 2-4. One more tournament left. He TK'd Howard Winstone. Then he took down Jerry Powers. Wayne Thornton, Jesus Pimentel, and Auburn Copeland to get in this spot and put a split decision on James Jeffries, which was a shock in itself. I mean, it's James freaking Jeffries. So, who will win? I don't know.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, nine.
Surprise. And
One,
two.
two, three,
And
four,
Ryan's got him.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Let's play this ended right here. Now, I think this is basically open and shut case. Let's give it a best, but TOurney Ryan's going to go 7 to 9 to start.
One, two, three, four, 6, 7, 8.
Really? Red's going to have to hang on. I think he's dead. Wait.
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right. Lefson take it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And Red knew he was dead meat. And TOurney Ryan just iced it. TOurney Ryan has iced a trick. to the next round. So Webb had nothing. Look at this. Webb had 40 jabs and 40 crosses. Tommy Ryan had way more than everything. Crosses were the close. And he knocked him down 5 times. Should have stopped after 3 knockdowns. Our fifth fight as Marvin Johnson and George Carpentier going to toe. The battle of light heavyweight, 6-0 versus 6-1. From France, Ray Connolly, your announcer, Paul Thomas, your referee, David Robertson, Patricia Morse-Jarman, and Doug Tucker, your judges, Will Schubert, your ringside judge. So, Marvin Johnson, 6 victoires, 4 KO. Dans Indianapolis, Indiana, de États-Unis, 5-10, 175 litres, 43-6 de la réalité, light heavyweight champion. TKO James Kinchin, TKO Spencer Chavez, decision Hilario Zapata, TKO Ruben Oliveras, et TKO de Angela Wombat de la France, Ante de la Santa de personnage et une décision de Bout Fuster. Et le champion de France, Georges Carpentier, the Archet Man, 81 ans de 65 onces était 170 points, 88 victoires, 14 perdus, 6 égalités. Le heavyweight champion de le monde. Au-delà de la KO perdu à Jacques Dempsey, mais il a perdu à Owen Moran, premier TOurney, mais deuxième, c'est décision de Young Jack Thompson, TKO à Al Malo, décision de Gorilla Jones, KO de Mexican Joe Rivers, et décision de Jack Burton, et le TKO de la 7e round à Jack Sharkey. Wow, c'est vraiment.
One, two, three, four, 5, 7, 8.
That's pretty good. This is pretty good. Fourth round.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9.
Uh-oh. Carpaccia's in deep trouble. I say this isn't good. Well, the square cards are close. Carpaccia's got to get a big one here.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And Carpaccia's got to stand still. He's got to be aggressive here. This is over. 9-10. Number 11. Maybe Drew. Under setbacks for either fighter, but he's got beaten cat. Uh-oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hmm? Carpaccia's got to fall back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your decision.
Did Carpaccia win the fight in front of his hometown crowd? Looks like he didn't. No, he didn't. He had nothing. And Marvin Johnson with a gigantic win over Carpaccia. How did he do it? Poor Carpaccia, I feel for him. But Marvin Johnson was just that damn good. It was actually close. But I mean, when you have that cut and being knocked down 4 times, you knew. On to the 6th match, right? So it's Jaxie, NP, and Wolcott who will battle it out. So, yeah, 6-0 middleweight from Ireland against the heavyweight Jersey Joe Wolcott from the Camden Convention Home. Michael Buffer, let's get it around the Your announcer referee Tibor Roman, Hawkins, Rupert, and O'Connell, your judges. Ian Lord, your ringside expert. So the Irishman, the middleweight Irishman, 1862, 1895. He was age 33 when he died. He could have been much better. The non-parial, as they call him, 5'8", 150. 46, 3-10. His one tournament, he put a majority decision on John Sullivan. He decision George LeBlanche. TKO Dominic McCaffrey. Decision Young Mitchell. And decision Charles Turner to get this far. And decision Cuban Black Bill. On the other hand, Mr. Joe Wolcott, Pappy Joe as they call him, 1914 to 1994. 6 foot and 185 pounds today. 51, 18-2, the world heavyweight champion. He actually lost his first 2 matches to Max Schmeling and Gorilla Jones. For his 3rd tournament, he actually won over Walter Dussel, Freddie Click, Joe Dundee, Fritzy Civic, which was huge, and Mark Johnson. He TK'd Freddie Walsh in the 10th round to get this far. So we almost had a British tournament match, but no, we don't.
unanimous votes are in, and here, ladies and gentlemen, is your winner.
What do we got here? Oh man, look at that bleeding gash. Jersey Joe Walcott got knocked out, and it will be Dempsey and P who'll give Ireland a person 132. Ooh. What a TKO from Dempsey and P. Jersey Joe tried his best, but no. That was fast. That was round 2. Okay, our 7th fight will be Freddie Little and Barney Ross tackling each other. Junior middleweight against lightweight. Pete Pogorski will be a referee from the Chicago Racket Club. Jamie Lennon Jr. announcer. Arroyo, LaPointe, and Agnello, your judges. Shane McLeod, your ringside expert. So you got 6-0 Freddie Little, the fighting school teacher from Mississippi by way of Louisiana. 5'8", 153. The junior middleweight. 6-0 with 3 knockouts. In Fantasyland, in real life, 51-6-0. Light middleweight in WBC, the WBA champion. He put Gabriel Lorde out in his the second ever tournament. He beat Gabriel Lorde. Jerry Powers by TKO. Pete Toro by TKO. Eddie Perkins by decision. And a knockout of Miguel Velasquez before decisioning Paulie Ayala. Barney Ross, on the other hand, the lightweight. The Pride of the Ghetto. 1909 to 1967. From Chicago by way of New York. 5'7", 141. 34-4-3. The world welterweight, junior welterweight, and lightweight champion. 6-1. Lost to Tony Canessari in his first match. And then decision Carlos Saez. KO'd Leo Lomsky. Decision Charlie Belanger. Baby Azamarde. And then TKO George Godfrey to get this part. And TKO Tommy West in the 7th round. Big win for him. So after 7 rounds, it looks like it's close, but maybe a little might win for Ross. No major injuries to any of the players. So we got the 12th round. Who's got this one? Winner or Ross?
The judges' votes are in, and here, ladies and gentlemen, is your winner.
Well, the scorecards say it's close with Ross probably winning, so we shall see who's going to move on to the next round. We know that Luis Rodriguez takes on Eric Joffre. Young Griffith takes on Tommy Ryan in the quarterfinals. Marvin Johnson takes on Jack Dempsey MP. Who shall win this one? Arroyo serves at 115, 114. It's going to be close. LaPointe scores at 116, 112. It might be little. And Joe Agdil scores at 115, 114 for Barty Ross. So Ross moves on to the next round. Goes to the final 32. So the lightweight. What a job he did. Barty Ross. And the final fight of the second round goes to, we have a foreign matchup. Kalue and Gushikin. So the junior middleweight from Uganda against the junior flyweight from Japan. Kalue or Gushikin. One of these guys will be going to the final tournament of 32 and will face Barty Ross. At Kurikan Hall, Japan, Jim Fitzgerald, your announcer, Hui Guzman, the referee, Rocky Young, Bill Page, and Takeshi Shibakawa, your judges, Lee Crooks, your ringside expert. So we'll look at the condition. Ayub Kalue from Uganda. Basis over Copenhagen, Denmark. Junior middleweight, 93, 3 knockouts. 5'8", 154. He was pretty good. The WBA light middleweight champion, 46-4 in real life. 9-3 in things. He lost the semifinal to Julian Jackson after defeating James Smith, Jimmy Paul, and Gustavo Ballas. And then he lost to Barry McGuigan and Danny Lopez. It was like, fuck. Last chance to qualify, he TK'd Carlos Palomino. Decision, Jerry Cooney. TK'd Alfonso Somara. TK'd Jiro Watanabe from Japan. And decision, Gary Hinton. To move on to a split decision win over Harris Barden. In the meantime, Yoko, the junior flyweight, the pride of Japan, 5'4", 107. 23-1, lightweight champion, 8-2. He lost to Eddie Mustafa Muhammad. Second chance qualifier, he beat Venice, Berkshire, and Leroy Murphy before being decisioned by Jose Luis Ramirez. But he decisioned Alfonso Zamora, KO Jeff Chandler, TK'd Mike Rossman, TK'd Danny Lopez, and then split decision on Berkshire to get him again, and then split decision on Frankie Shells. So anyway, Nishi, Kalue, Higashi, Gushiken, Yoko. Because this is a foreign fight, we will be simulating this. And Gushiken KO's Kalue. What a win for Yoko. So he moves to the final tournament of 32. What a win over Ayub. Ayub thought he had him, but Gushiken, look at the punching accuracy, 83%. All right, so now we'll go to the final. All right, so let's see here. Second round's up in ones and twos. In the quarterfinal, Joffre beat Rodriguez. Ryan beat Griffo. Dempsey beat Marvin Johnson. And Gushiken beat Barney Ross. Wow, what a win. And then in the semis, it was Ryan over Joffre. And it was Dempsey over Gushiken. So I'm going to say Dempsey. Yep, Jack Dempsey by NP by TKO. So Dempsey NP from Ireland will be a top 4 fighter no matter what. What a job. You got an Argentine Monzon winning his thing, Gene Tunney of the US winning his thing, and then Jack Dempsey. Tommy Ryan will get a second place out of it. Third place was Joffre Gushiken. Joffre was number 9, Gushiken was number 11. So Joffre will get the third better seed. Gushiken number 4. And then we got to go through the 5s. Okay, so let's see. We have 4, 2, 14, and where's the other guy with 2? Marvin Johnson had 2. Griffo went down in the... Oh, Luis Manuel Rodriguez. So Manuel L.M. Rodriguez, number 5. Number 6 is Marvin Johnson. Number 7, Young Griffo. And number 8, Barney Ross. So that will be that. So what a win for Jack Dempsey and Pete being Tommy Ryan to get this far. I don't know if he's undefeated. I know Monzon and Tunney weren't undefeated. I think Dempsey and Pete isn't undefeated himself. So, well, I don't know what happened, but what a win for the Irishman. And you can bank on it. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.